So I am out in Golden Gate Park. It's a beautiful day. I'm at Stowe Lake. I'm meeting my friend Mark, who you may remember from my video Permission to Suck. I'll link that below. Anyway, we're just going to do some Stowe Lake paintings today. Probably some reflections, cypress trees. Anyway, I'm going to walk around and see what I can find. So I'm going to do a composition I've done before, which is like a group of cypress trees out on this island. And I've done it in 11 by 14, but I want to do a 16 by 20 today. So I'm going to get set up and get started. But I want to see what Mark is up to, and here he comes now. Were you able to find anything?
Not yet. I'm actually thinking about this bridge on this side where the sun is hitting it. I'm not crazy about the actual look of the bridge, but I feel like I can simplify it in some ways that make it a little more doable for me.
Exactly. I think on a scene like this, simplification is the key thing, because it is pretty complicated. So anyway, I think we're going to get set up and then we will check back with you guys. So there are always people walking around the lake here, so and you know, I don't want to take up too much real estate and be rude, so I try to keep my gear like pretty compact. Let me show you what I got going on here. So I got my Anderson easel, and then I've clipped my backpack to this rail here, so if I need to move things I can just pick up the whole thing and carry it. Golden Gate Park is kind of like a big garden. I mean, it's all man-made, but it's been here so long that it almost seems natural. Anyway, I'm gonna get started and then we'll go over and take a look at what Mark's doing, but let me show you what I'm thinking of painting. Okay, so I've got my viewfinder here and I'm thinking of doing something like this here. I'd like to include the water and the reflections. So I'm gonna get started.
You didn't sign it yet.
Oh yeah, let me get to that. Okay, so I'm not going to do too much more to this. I'm going to start laying in like shadow shapes and everything, and that'll kind of define my trees. But you know, this just gives me the water line, the trees in the distance, this mass of trees right here, and then the water and the reflection. So that's enough information for me to get going. Let's go see what Mark's up to. Man, it's getting crowded out here, Mark. We got a big audience out here.
Friday, beautiful weather.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no better weather in the Bay Area than October.
So true. Gotta come visit.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at what you're doing. Good for you doing a sketch.
Yeah, it helps a lot. If I put the time in, kind of a stitch
Yeah.
stage 9 thing, otherwise I can get in a mess down the road if I don't.
Totally. I've thought of doing sketches, and then I always like get out and I go, but then I could just paint. So, but no, it is a good idea. Well, cool. So it looks like you're just starting to lay it out on the panel here.
Yeah.
We got some shadows on the panel, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, so let's go see how Mark is doing. I keep on leaving my stuff and like walking, I don't know, it's maybe 100 yards to where he is, but I can't see my stuff. But I'm sure, you know, it's safe here. Although somebody says that the coffee shop in the park here, actually Mark told me the coffee shop just got robbed, which is really unusual. But I don't think anyone's gonna steal my painting stuff. There he is, an artist in his natural habitat. All right, cool. So yeah, he's got his layout here.
I get handcuffed by reality sometimes.
Oh yeah, so true.
And so I think to have artist license.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about a lot of times just, you know, you can make stuff up and using the natural elements as raw materials, totally. It'll set you free. It started getting busy there. I had a lot of people stopping to chat, which is always really nice. I always like that. But let me show you what I got, and then we'll go over and take a look at Mark's. The outdoor footage was unusable, so I'm filming this at home. I wanted to point out that when I paint water, especially reflections, usually I'll use downward brush strokes and then, you know, put some horizontal highlights in the water. I did my usual thing of dark sky and then kind of lightening as it comes down towards the horizon. These trees here are lighter and there's less contrast in them, which pushes them back. There's not a lot of warm colors and lots of green in this painting, so that was definitely a challenge. Were there any challenges that you had that, you know, things that were really, that you were sort of focusing on that were challenging, or?
I think originally I did a small canvas because I thought I wanted to keep it small, but I tended to put too much information. There's some parts where I still see, I feel like I get lost in a field of green, a wall of green sometimes that loses depth or definition. So sometimes around this stuff I get a little lost as to, it doesn't feel like it's clicking yet. But overall, I like the shape. So the shape of this branch and here, the shape of the bridge, and I'm still working on this area.
There's so much green out here that it can be sort of overwhelming, and I had the same problem. That's why, like, if you sketch with burnt sienna and a little bit of that pops through, a little bit of that orange pops through, it kind of acts as a nice complement for the green. So anyway, but we had a great time out here. Definitely challenging, but fun, beautiful weather. So, and Mark's gonna post his painting on Instagram, so I will link that down below in the description. Other than that, thanks for hanging out, guys, and see you in the next video.